Okay. Thanks, Tabby. Yep, here we go. Sweet. Controllerhead didn't start his timer, but anyway, they're pretty close. Controllerhead's about 4 seconds behind. Elecman. We'll go by Elecman's timer, I guess. He must not have started. That's alright. Anyway, in this first stage, you'll see runners go for the super jump, and Elecman gets it. Controllerhead also gets it. The way you do that is you have to hold A for a certain number of frames before letting go. Mario would then jump higher than he possibly can if you just hold A completely for the entire time. You can hold it up to 26 frames to get the max height, but there's 6 frames. I think it's 21 to 26 that'll give you a jump that's higher than a full jump where you just hold A. And Controllerhead's timer is going now. Click it, shut off, but that's okay. Controllerhead's only a couple seconds behind Elecman, but they're really not behind. Like, it's just not completely synced. But that's okay. I'll just keep that in mind. As both racers make their way through Tree 1, the key here is you see the runners jumping into the corners of blocks. That is called a corner boost, and that will give you a push between 1 or 2 pixels, I believe, depending on how good of a push you get, which depends usually on Mario's walk cycle. And it's easier to do a corner boost if you're Big Mario than Small Mario. Sometimes with Small Mario, you can't get a corner boost because of his walk cycle. But as Big Mario, it's pretty easy to get one. And those add up over the run to about a half a second versus getting them all and not getting any. It's kind of like arm pumping in Super Metroid. That being said, given that they're not really synced up, they're about synced. They'd be synced if the timers were like if they started at the same time. I don't know how to sync them up. I'd do it myself, but oh, I can do this here. I need to slow down Elecman? By what, 4 seconds? I don't know how to do this. Anyway. Ooh. Elecman definitely has the lead now. Controllerhead screwed up the pipe entry there. You only have 7 pixels you can actually enter a pipe. In this game, I believe it's 7. Pipes are very narrow. Very deceiving. Here, like in the intro hut, to get basically a big skip in this level. And, well, looks like they're synced up. You can see Controllerhead on the left. He's being a little silly. He's doing some ducks into the because you can duck into the goalpost without losing any time. It kind of just looks funny. Controllerhead tends to be one of the more entertaining runners to watch. Well, they're kind of synced now, so I guess I don't have to sync them because I don't know how to do it anyway. I'm not gonna worry about it. Alright, scariest part of the run here. Controllerhead successfully gets the RTA strat. Elecman doing a slightly slower but safer version of the RTA strat. And it's what you want to see. Both runners getting through Tree 4. This is huge. This bodes well for the race. I believe Controllerhead actually has more of a lead than it looks like because of the timing not being synced. Controllerhead started a little bit late. But we're just gonna roll with it, because I don't know how to sync the streams. Unless I did it successfully. And I didn't realize it. Oh, too late now. Anyway. Both runners finishing Tree Zone in pretty good time. Now, basically, the only tricky part of this hippo level is you want to make sure you get running speed when you jump into this bubble, so you can maintain it throughout the level. You're basically just flying over, because you need to take the top of the 2 exits. Yeah, if it comes down to it, we'll do a retime. The lead Controllerhead has a slight lead anyway, so I'll keep his audio. Controllerhead doing some cool little bubble movement at the end, but you do need that top exit in order to access Space Zone. If you take the bottom exit, it kicks you back out to the main map. Yeah, it kind of worked itself out nicely. I ain't gonna touch it. Alright, so one key mechanic that kind of goes under the radar is in Space 1 and the secret level, which isn't in this category. It is faster to walk on the ground than it is to float through the air. I think Elecman's doing the walking a little bit more optimally than Controllerhead and made up a little bit of time in this level. And Controllerhead getting the very tight spike jump, which allows Controllerhead to do more walking over spike pits. And it is that walking that will make up some time over Elecman, who had to float over a pit. As you can see, he kind of took a little bit of a extra little gap there, made up for the rest of the level. And this is the Star Song, which was made popular by Controllerhead, who is the player on the left. And it's pretty cool that they're both in the stage together. Basically an auto-scroller. The only thing you gotta do is lag reduction, and the boss fight is hard, kind of. We'll get there. But don't die, don't get squished, make sure you're fully powered up. Get in the pipe in time and enjoy the music. In case you are unaware, the song goes something like this. It's the Star Song, the funky Star Song. It's the Star Song, the funky Star Song. The original lyric isn't funky; it's something else. But I'm not permitted to say what it is. Feel free to watch Controllerhead; he'll sing the real lyrics. I did shyster Tabby. She probably thought I was gonna sing the original, but I'm smart. I prefer funky too, cause it is funky. It's like and then you get the rhythm, and you know, it just keeps going. You got that bass line. Looks like Drowsy doesn't like my version. Is what it is. Anyway, this is the final stretch. Controllerhead getting the checkpoint bell in case he dies. Hopefully he doesn't die, but that's a smart move. This boss fight is hard. Ideally you want to get a couple fire shots in, and then a couple of stomps, but you can only get the fire shots in within a certain period of time based on Tatanga's programming. You can get 4 in one stomp, and that's essentially the ideal RTA fight. Okay, so both races are getting a 2-cycle, but a slight advantage for Controllerhead because he did the stomps optimally. So he's gonna have his big Super Mario power-up going into the next stage. And that's a huge advantage because you don't have to get a power-up. The power-up, there's one that doesn't really lose time, but it's risky. We'll see if Elecman goes for the carrot grab, which is riskier, but faster. Or most likely gonna take the safety shroom. Either way, gonna have to grab a power-up, because there's another power-up we need in the level that can only be accessed by spin jumping, and we need the fire flower to get to the secret exit in this level. So, we're going underneath. That's gonna be a safety shroom for Elecman. Nothing wrong with it. It's a lawn race. Keeps Controllerhead's lead at only a couple seconds. Well, plus a couple seconds of the desync, but still within probably a good 10 seconds. Okay. Both runners doing the spin jump, moving spin jump pickup grab. One thing that's kind of unique about this game is you can pick up power-ups by spin jumping on the top of blocks. and instantly pick up the power-up without slowing down. Controllerhead! He did it! He did the one block Betty. Controllerhead is an absolute legend, and I think he saved time with it. Huge GG's to him. I'm sure he's screaming right now. He did in victory. Elecman with a good recovery as well, doing the traditional 2-block, 2-break strat. But that was Bam Balam on Controllerhead's side. He did it much faster than I did in my earlier race, and quite impressive. That was a good stage for him, for anybody. Elecman though keeping pace. This race is still really close. Nothing major at this point. Good old Betty. Bam Balam. Red side, kind of a swag route. It's an auto-scroller, you know, there's only so much you can do. Elecman also taking the route. Main thing is don't lose time or die. The only way to lose time is to create a bunch of lag or to miss the door, which happens more than you would think. Alright, Macro 4, very underrated stage. A lot of kind of heavy platforming. This section here. Controllerhead playing it safe, I don't blame him. Really good buck jumps. Those jumps there are pretty tight. Elecman taking damage. This can be tricky. Oh, he misses the backup. He's gonna say no to the carrot. He's gonna take damage again. This is not what you want to see from Elecman, because now he's gonna have to take out the mouse, the boss, without fire. Meanwhile, Controllerhead successfully navigating the stage in a good level and using that fire flower to instantly kill the mouse. There's Controllerhead. That was him with the controller for a head. And Elecman fails to get the quick stomp on the mouse. Good recovery, though. Good recovery for Elecman, but because he's small, this is going to create issues in the next stage, because you want to have Fire Flower for this stage. There are a lot of enemies in your way, including Piranha Plants. And there's only one power-up right at the beginning to grab. There's another one, there's a carrot, but it's going to be tricky for Elecman. The goal here is to not bleed time, because Controllerhead's got a hefty lead here already. Elecman picking up the power-up. Controllerhead, let's see if he can get these stair jumps. These are his patented jumps here. Beautiful. Maybe late on the fire? Oh, he was late! But a good recovery killing that bat that was in his way. Elecman getting the carrot. Getting as many kills as possible, that's good, because what you want to do is have 99 before the final level. It makes the final level quicker, because on the 100th kill you can get a star. The game gives you one from the top of the screen. And it makes the last level a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. Controllerhead definitely in great shape. His kill count's never been so high. We always joke around about saying, well, I won't get into it, but basically, the more kills you have, it's like the killer route, basically. Anyway. Controller had a little bit of struggles with pipes, but still a pretty good lead. But Elecman is doing what he has to do to keep up. Also, it's important to make sure you face right going into that first pipe, because you want the boost to keep floating out of your way, basically. A good level. Good kill count for Controllerhead, too. 79 is a good number to have in the end of Pumpkin Zone. Elecman going with 69. That's a little bit low. It's okay if you don't get to the kill count route. You can you can kill the faces at the end of Wario's castle only like a second or so slower than getting Star Grab, but it's about safety. but it's still cool after everything. They're still in the same level. Controllerhead probably only about a 25-second lead. I don't know. I didn't time it, but it's a pretty good pacer for Controllerhead. It's a pretty good pacer, I'd say. Ooh, Elecman taking damage from the boo. Is he gonna get the power up here? He tries, but he does get it. Okay. He can use this carrot for some lag reduction in the next stage. Yo, Syndak, thank you for the raid. Absolute legend of Super Mario Bros. 35. Hope you had a great stream. Alright, so as Controllerhead reaches the boss of Pumpkin Zone, it is important to note that which side she spawns on, she can either spawn left or right, is dependent on constantly updating RNG. It's most likely she starts on left. But she starts on right for Controllerhead. Good recovery. And it's most likely that anytime she starts on a side, she's gonna switch sides for her. It's like 75% chance that she'll switch sides. But a 2-miss from Controllerhead, not the best luck. And it's little things like that, whereas Elecman could get a good pattern, we could see a little bit of time made up. Alright, so a good witch time. This is a good run. This could be PP pace for Controllerhead. I believe that was a 16:20 witch, because I think he started late. I'm going based on Elecman's timer. That's a pretty good witch time. Pretty good run overall so far. An Elecman with a pretty good witch fight as well. I believe that they are only 25 seconds apart. But if you include the retime, it'd be about 28, 26, 27. Something like that. Totally close, because the things that can happen in the next 2 zones in the castle, one mistake could easily lead to about 30 seconds worth of time loss. It's a good one, Syndak. You picked a good one to raid. Controllerhead getting that quick exit entry, landing and walking immediately right into the goal instead of floating into it or walking up to it. So now we're going to talk about swim speeds. Anytime you start a horizontal swim in this game, there's a 50% chance you'll get a faster speed than the other. I think it's 1 extra pixel per 8 frames, which adds up a lot. It usually can make a difference a couple seconds throughout the run. But anytime you don't get the swim speed you want, like Elecman just got slow, he's gonna touch down, and by touching down, oh no, he had slow again, but he got fast the last touchdown, but by touching down, he got hit by the shark, and that's gonna make this level a lot harder. Already 1 power up down. Meanwhile, Controllerhead cruising through the Koopa stairs. Elecman trying to make up for some kill count. I think he can still do things with this kill count. Controllerhead's in great shape with the kill count. Having a pretty clean Turtle 2 so far. Elecman doing... That's smart. Elecman's making up his kills here. Keeping the kill route going. Controllerhead, meanwhile, having a pretty I mean, the Gordo skip there was a little slow, but... pretty decent Turtle 2 overall. And he keeps his power-up going into Turtle 3, which is going to save him about a second. That's actually a pretty good Turtle 2 time. And getting that good ending again. Especially for a race. Alright, let's see how Turtle 3 goes. Elecman, great job by Elecman, not taking damage throughout the rest of the level. I can't stress how hard that is. Not taking damage when you get damaged by the shark once. Again, Elecman doing a good job of keeping the bleeding at a minimum. Controllerhead falling in the water there, attempting... Oh no! He did the strat almost perfectly, but there taking damage because the fireballs missed. Can he keep his fire flower? Yes, he can. Good recovery for Controllerhead. You want to have fire flower for this boss. It's quicker and easier. Oh no, Elecman failing what we call the nasty. But a good recovery. Had a chance to make up some time on Controllerhead. It's not going to happen. But didn't bleed a lot of time. Despite everything that happened, elecman's still totally in this. Let's see, Controllerhead with about a 20... Well, I think he started late, so it'd be like a 1959 Turtle Zone. If that's accurate, that's pretty good. I think he can maybe squeeze out a PB with this. It's gonna be close. Going into Mario Zone, this stage has several required super jumps. Oh no, Controllerhead. Alright, he does get his power-up back. He must have lost it in the boss fight. I wasn't. I was looking at elecman's screen. But he does get a power-up grab there. A little bit sloppy on the jumps in the first room, but it's a lot harder when you have to grab the power-up to hit that super jump. And they're pretty close, look at this. Elecman getting the super jump. Whoa! Elecman with a super good room 1. Controllerhead going a small Mario here. This is gonna save some frames to lag, but it makes the next stage really dangerous. We can see elecman, looks like elecman's going with Big Mario. Yep. So it's gonna be safer for elecman. A little bit slower, but watch out for Controllerhead here. These next couple levels, some tight jumps here. A death here would give elecman the lead. It's close, regardless. Okay. Controllerhead getting stuck, but played it safe. That was a good decision. Elecman having the power up can get a couple kills here. Really done a good job to make up that kill count. This is a good match. Yeah, Mario 1's it's a tough stage to do well, and elecman did exactly what he had to do. Alright, Controllerhead. Keep your eye on Controllerhead. He goes for some very risky strats in this stage. Trying to get some pixel boosts using these moving balls. Elecman, meanwhile, really good level there. Controllerhead is going for a very risky but faster strat. Saves a couple tenths. This is his thing. He has to hit this, or elecman will have the lead. His kill count's gonna be perfect here. 91's what you want going into the next level. Alright, does he hit it? He got it! Controllerhead pulling off all the strats this race. Like the true pro, the legend that he is. Probably didn't save too much time with it, but just executing it. Very sick. As you can see in the chat, dogging it up. But this is still a close race. Elecman having a really good stage with the standard strats. But Controllerhead pulling out these strats that I didn't dare to go for. Except for the one that I did go for, but not as well. This is a really good performance so far by Controllerhead. But it's still so close. They're still only a couple screens apart. But they both did really good with their kill counts. They're both going to be really set for the castle. Now this pig's fight is tricky. Let's see how Controllerhead does. Okay, safe pig 1. You can do some buffered inputs going into boss fights to try to get a quick kill on the pigs, but a 228 will do. Now, it may look like a wash, but this last level, believe it or not, is the scariest level in the entire game. Elecman going for the buffer where he hold left, he didn't quite get the fast kill, but a little bit quicker. Yeah, made up a little time there. Over Controllerhead. Remember, I think Controllerhead is a little bit more ahead because of lack of sync. Just keep that in mind if it comes down to the wire. Based on for what his final time is going to be. This level is very hard. I probably won't say too much. Just watch. Oh no! Controllerhead he didn't take damage when he was supposed to, and that made his iframes run out, and not getting that super jump And look at this. We're all tied up. This might, based on the difference... Oh no! Holding A too long a second time. Controllerhead taking a second death. This is exactly what can happen, especially if you don't have those iframes. Normally you have them, but going at it is small. Taking the damage boost when he did. Oh no! Controllerhead jumping a little bit too late. Input eaten. And he's leaving! He's leaving the castle! He didn't mean to do that. Oh no! I think he was almost on PB pace too. He might have been on PB pace. But meanwhile, this is what can happen. Elecman has the lead. Going through the castle. Controllerhead finally gets that super jump. That is a 3-frame window. He gets the next 3-frame window. That jump right there over the spike ball. Room 1 of the castle can be very tricky. But Elecman has not won this race yet. Appreciate y'all for tuning into this nail biter. Elecman gets the star grab. And he's going to use this star to ride it all the way to Wario. And a really good castle from Elecman. Almost the perfect castle. The way Wario works is you can only enter the second phase in certain cycles. Well, if you want to do it safely. There is a harder strat, but he's going to wait for the 8-digit here. There it is. And now, Wario, he knows exactly where Wario's going to drop. Well done by Elecman. One more room. Elecman has his power-up. Will we see a victory from Elecman come from behind in the final stage? This is the winner's bracket. Double elimination. And that is a victory for Elecman. 27:09 on the timer. Looked like a 27:08. Done at 28:02. I'm sorry, 27:12. I just spoiled Controllerhead's final time. I forgot there was a delay. It was 27:12 for Elecman. Never gave up. Really good job by Elecman to, in all the situations he was in, to know how all the backups. And at the end of the day, the castle has the final say. I want to say GG's to both runners, as Controllerhead just about to finish with an official time of 28:02. That's one of the better races I've seen. That actually had a lead change late like that. And this is double elimination, remember. So both runners will be playing again. I forget what the exact bracket is. I think there's a command here. I'll let you know who each runner's facing before we get the interviews. Ah, bollocks. Let's see. There it is. If you guys are interested, I think my perfect bracket just ended. I think I had Controllerhead winning that one. That is an upset, believe it or not. Only the second upset of the tourney. And I believe, let's see, 12, gonna go down to here. Octavia Sweets is going to be playing Controllerhead in the loser's bracket round 1. Elecman is going to be playing Typewell in round 3 of the winner's bracket. And that will be your next match. I'm feeling a pretty good match from Tavi and Controllerhead, and same thing with Typewell. Typewell and Elecman are like almost identical. But Elecman coming back. Elecman already told me he's not going to interview, but Controllerhead definitely going to get in an interview with us. Let me give him a big fat invite to this Discord here. I think I can do that. Let's see here. Invite people. Alright, let's see. And I think that'll do it. Controllerhead's gonna be getting in on an interview here with us. Elecman can't make it. Yo, Dom Dunk, thank you for the sub. And, oh, what a race. So many ups and downs with CH hitting all those strats. A lot of really risky strats, and he nailed them. It's a shame that the castle did what it did. But elecman never gave up. A lot of cool backup strats, never bled too much time, and was right there. That's what can happen in this video game. And be interesting to see what happens next. Looks like we got Controllerhead in the chat. How you feeling, Controllerhead, about the race? I can't hear. Hold on. It happened last time. All right. Can I hear you? Controllerhead? Let me do what I. Oh. Just lost Controllerhead. He'll be back. Can't hear. This is strange. Let me try. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, man. How you feeling? Kind of a roller coaster of a run there.
Yeah. You know, the race went pretty good for the most part. Yeah, that ending jump, man, the Jesus jump, I call it, man. I don't know, that footprints thing, I don't know, Jesus just wasn't walking with me there. I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
that can,
yeah.
I mean, it's smart. The thing with that jump is, like, if you take damage, your second hit off that last spike ball, you'll actually have iframes to where if you miss that jump, you'll survive, but I think you took damage earlier on, so you didn't have the iframes or something.
As far as I know, if you get like a little bit of a super jump, if you cut it short, then you have enough at least to get over that fireball, but if you cut it late, then you kind of just sink right into it. Maybe there's a way to like jump on the very edge of that ledge, but not that I know of. As far as I know, if you completely botch the super jump, you just go right into the fireball, so.
Yeah, the only way you could survive that is if you take your second hit on that last spike ball, because it'll give you enough iframes to where if you fall into it, you still are invincible. I think for all of your attempts, you were just playing small going into the super jump without any iframes, and you just held the button to. You just held the. I mean, it's a three. I think it's a 3-framer. It's a tough super jump.
And I was thinking to myself the whole time, like, man, I have the lead. Should I just take the mushroom here and just take that fireball to the face and then just do the rest small? And I'm just like, nope, you know. And then like I missed it twice, and like I just got tilted and like just started hitting the D-pad and like even exited the castle. It was not on purpose, but. Yeah, by that time, like, my frame of mind wasn't so good, but I was able to complete it on my third. But yeah, elecman did a hell of a race, man. Congrats to him. He deserves every bit of that race.
Yeah, it was a really close race. I mean, you had you hit all your strats and you had a nice lead. You were building on it, but he wasn't bleeding any time to you. Even though he lost his power-ups going into he was small, he beat the rat small, but he was able to get through pumpkin zone without losing too much.
He goofed macro final, and it gave me a nice comfortable lead there, and it was I botched Turtle 3 a little bit, but yeah, I still had a good maybe 15. I wasn't looking at the stream. I'm not sure how close we were after my first death, but had I been able to get through Wario on my first death, we would have had a really tight race there, I think. You guys were almost synced in that second. After you died the first time, you were almost synced, but the second death, basically, I mean, he got the castle his first attempt, so it was once that second death hit that kind of
was the last of it in this round. But how you feeling about? I mean, this is double elimination. How are you feeling about your performance today, and does it change how you'll play through the rest of the bracket, or are you gonna go in with the same mentality?
I'm in it to win it, man. All in. Push the chips, man. I play for the crowd. I do all the strats, you know? Yeah, let the chips fall where they may. That may not be the best strategy, and I don't advise it to anyone else, but that's just where I'm at.
Hey, I dig it. I mean, I'm thinking about maybe I'll go a little more aggressive my next match. I played some things a little bit safe, but yeah, we'll see. But like, yeah, no, it's. I mean, you definitely. I mean, you had the one block Betty you hit first try really fast.
That was
I think I heard you yell. I heard you
Yeah.
yell. I heard you yelling from way over here, 300 miles north of you.
Yeah, because I had the stream on in the background, and I heard you because like there's a 30-second delay. He's like, I bet he's yelling. I'm like, you're damn right I was. Sorry, my potty mouth. But yeah, you're damn right.
No, that's good.
You know.
Darn right, damn right. That was a good one, and the Mario Zone, you pulled that off good too. Your consistency with that, you thinking about that for more races?
Yeah,
Mario.
you know, I said a few days ago I could probably get that trick to 90%, and it seems like my last few days I really have. Especially when you get a real feel for that trick, there's definitely a bit of leeway there, both with the jump and when you jump off the claw. Like, if you jump off the claw at the last pixel and you botch and hit the ceiling, you still make that. But if you do like a little bit of a short hop, like there's definitely room within that short hop. Like say you still hit the ceiling, but you let go of the button, and like maybe 1 or 2 frames, you let go of the button, but like you have a little bit of that not jump gravity, and you still bonk. Like you still tend to make that jump. So I see a lot of leeway in that trick, and yeah, I'm gonna keep going for it. I think I'm fairly confident with it.
I respect that. I personally, I agree with that. I think like once you get a feel for it, like I might consider starting to do it. I kind of chickened out my first race on a lot of things, but I'm thinking once I get my feet wet here, it's gonna be. I'll feel a little bit better about doing things that I do in runs, and do you feel more confident going into the next race than you did going into this race? Is the next question I have for you.
I don't know. People in my chat were like, trying to like say like, oh man, after you beat elecman. I'm like, what do you mean after I beat elecman? Like I ain't sleeping on elecman. I don't sleep on nobody, man. I gotta play Tavi next, the great Octavia Sweets, and I'm gonna be doing work and just playing the best I can, man. Wario's Castle. Anything can happen. Anything can happen at any point in this game. So I'm just gonna try and put on the best race I can.
All right, so pretty similar mentality. I dig it. I mean, it was a close race in the first one, and
let's talk about elecman, dude. He certainly proved his salt. He had a little mix-up in macro final, but what did he end up with? 27:02. That's a decent race time.
27:12. Yeah, but that's still like I would have like the way he backed up the having small going to the pumpkin one, like the way he backed it up and didn't lose his cool. Like that was pretty impressive. Like I was saying the entire time, even though you had that lead, I said he's keeping it close. One death in the castle, and sure enough, he didn't bleed a lot of time, and that one he even had a 353 Mario won, and like he was flying through Mario Zone. I'm thinking to myself, CH one death in the castle, and this thing flips, and essentially it was tied because it was a quick death. But like that's the difference is like if he loses his cool and starts dying in pumpkin one or something, it gives you a little bit of leeway.
You start getting tilted, man. Next thing you know, you hit the D-pad when you're trying to enter Wario's castle. It's easy to get tilted.
Not to mention,
cool.
The other Tavi pointed it out. In Pumpkin 2, he hit the shark and lost his carrot right away, and he was able to get through. He got through like with a 490 something, I think. Turtle, like he got through, kept his power up, and he was able to skip through the spikes. Like, I mean, it's extremely hard to get through that stage without taking damage.
Yeah.
After the shark,
I didn't watch
let alone. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I think he had a clean Turtle 3 too, and a clean Mario Zone. Like mine were both a little iffy, to be honest. So.
Yeah, he made up some time. His Mario Zone was really good, but it wasn't enough. You still had about I think about 20-second lead or so into the castle, but that's that's a different. I mean, he could have been 40 seconds, 50. He could have had died in turtle zone, or, I mean, not bleeding, keeping it close. I mean, that's what puts the pressure on and stuff. And
Yeah.
it could have went either way though at the end of the day. But a good showing from both of
Yeah.
you guys, and it's good that it's double limbs. More matches for everybody and redemption and.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to the rest of the tournament. I've watched a good fair share of these matches, and they've all been pretty amazing. So I just hope I put on a good show. So
Definitely one of the more entertaining
that's all I can really
runs
ask
I've
for.
seen. I mean, I know everyone in the speed gaming chat was going nuts over your strats when you hit them and stuff. Between Mario's own, Betty, and the Wario fight, even like I knew he was gonna drop, but it was close. At room
I
2
play for the
with
people,
Wario
man.
fight.
I play for the people, and I play for the dog faces. That's what I do.
There was plenty of dog faces in that one. And the bubble strat too, even like where you
Yeah.
like go under it and come back up. It'll
Yeah,
be
man.
fun to see what you
I
got.
do some wacky stuff. I do some wacky stuff, man. But I don't know. Trying to take a frame here, take a frame there. I definitely just as like a general speed run, I need to learn a lot of the new strats and like I see the way like you have setups for everything that I'm like taking like guesses at. So I really need to like clean up my run a little bit. But
That's kind of
I'm
my
looking
secret
forward.
is, yeah, like for like jumps, I'll like think to
Yeah.
myself tap tap full, or like I'll think of like a series of jumps ahead of time in my head, and I'll like say it. Sometimes I even say it out loud. I'll say like the third block, or like I'll talk to myself as I do the runs, and I try to be
Yeah.
anything that can be consistent. I try to make it consistent to like eliminate possibilities of time loss, but
That's a really
it's
good
tough.
mentality. Like one of the things I saw like at the end of Turtle 2, like when you're on that platform and like you take that super jump from like the back of that platform and you always seem to hit the door at the right frame. Like, here I am like, guessing and like missing it sometimes and like I see you have like consistent setups for that and it makes me realize that like I definitely need to reevaluate my game and
I just found
incorporate some of that stuff.
I used your setup for Turtle One. I actually found a more consistent way to get the exit there as well. Like you run off that ledge like you do,
Nice.
and then you walk for a few pixels, do a full jump, and then you flutter once under the bell, and then it's like flutter, flutter, and if you get a fast swim, it'll take you to the door. If you get a slow swim, it's a little bit slower, but
Yeah,
it makes it so you can get a quick ending if you do it right. No matter you won't botch the ending completely.
I saw you do that in your race, that double flutter thing, and I thought that was like a nice setup. So yeah, I definitely I seen your work and like yeah, that's
Oh
I
yeah, I
think
did pull it. Yeah.
I think personally, just personal opinion, man, I think that's what puts you above like other runners, just anyone who's ever ran this game before. Is just your ability to like come up with these like little micro optimizations and setups, man. I really see that and I really respect that. So, you know, just throwing that out there.
Well, thank you, man. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's just a group. All this hype around the game, everybody coming together, like you with the new strats, Deer with the strats and Pump Turtle 2, Darby and coming up with the macro
Yeah,
stuff, the lag reductions from Slash, lag reduction from Larvastar, the Tatanga kill. I mean, that's the Tatanga ROMs by Lightbulb Sun, the practice ROMs. I mean, it's just, so many resources and the community is so strong that it's just that's who I give the credit to. But
yeah,
it's been
absolutely.
fun. You got any more
Yeah.
runs in you tonight? Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'll do a
Maybe.
couple runs. Yeah, why not? Sure.
Cool.
What about
All
you, man?
right. Well,
What are you doing after this?
uh, practicing Mario Land 1 and offline probably, and watching you play games.
Okay.
I'll be
Yeah,
watching
I
you
guess
probably,
I'll play the video game. I mean, besides
unless you're
that
going off.
Wario, besides that Wario, I think that was probably like, say I did Wario perfect there. I think that would have been it might have been a 4x. I don't know, cause yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to start my timer. What am I doing, man? So
No, it was
sorry
all good.
about
I
that.
I had I was using elecmans, and I was able to like sync it up without actually having to sync it up, and then it got synced up anyway. So I'm just like, all right, I'll just play along with it, and it didn't end up making a difference at the end, kind of. I mean, because I
Yeah,
told everyone what your final time was when on your dot done. It's like a
yeah,
low high 27,
Yeah,
low 28, something like that.
I had my dot, you know, those old SRL strats, man, having your dot done typed and then like right after it happens just hitting enter. So I mean that's pretty accurate as far as, you know, I can tell.
That's
If
what I
it came
tried,
down
but
to that, but yeah.
they ain't,
Unfortunately,
global hotkeys screwed me over because it split on my timer before I was trying to split on both, but the hotkeys didn't come through for me.
oh man, hotkey steal. Man, you're
Yeah,
inputting.
yeah, that's what GTA told me all about. Input eating.
yeah.
Good times.
But
We're
yeah,
had.
man. So yeah, I'm gonna do a couple runs and get my stream going again. And yeah, that's anything
Cool.
else? Anything else I want to say? GG's Elecman, you deserve the win. And
Yeah, just shout
yeah,
outs to both of you guys putting on a good race for everyone, for SpeedGaming, for hosting our
yeah,
tournament, and the Carito for doing the restream when we didn't have a restreamer coming through clutch for us,
yeah. He
and
got
all
me
the
going.
viewers, of
So
course.
yeah, it was a real fun day between commentating your race and being able to be in this one. You know. So yeah,
Same.
I'm
We
I'm
both
I'm a
kind of
pretty
got a
happy
feel
guy.
for it, you know. That's
Yeah.
nice. Well, cool,
All
man.
right, man.
I'll see you
I
in your
think that's all I
chat.
got. So
Yeah,
all
I
right.
think I'll transition here. Thanks,
All right,
man.
man. You can watch me at the twitch.tv/controllerhead, and that's it, man.
Yes, definitely. Follow the racers. Definitely check them out. They're doing some big things. Big things.
All right, brother, man. I'll see you in a little bit.
Peace, man. Thank you all. We're gonna finish out here for the night. Thank you all, and take care.